Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the 2021 Toyota Camry. This one is the LE trim. So let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood they're going to be a 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 203 horses and 184 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers are 28 in the city, 39 highway, and 32 combined. Here is a Masabi sticker of this 2021 Toyota Camry LE. If you guys are interested in the standard feature this one has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price is going to be $26,000. If you guys are curious about the color is called Super White, and honestly it does look very good on this Camry. This white color looks very nice and bright, just like the name of it, Super White. Coming to the front, I love the way how this Camry looks like. This one is the LE trim, so that means this is the base trim, and it does look very good for a base trim. Here are the headlights. The headlight housing is actually very small. It does have an LED low and high beam, and both of them are sitting in a projector tube. For the turn signal indicators, they're going to be halogen, and I really like the way how this grille looks like. It almost has like a gloss black look to it, but it is finished in flat black. Here is the Toyota badge. It does have the sensor inside of it for the safety features. It does have Toyota Safety Sense 2.5, and the bottom grille looks actually very good. And it is finished in gray, and it does have some metallics in it. Very nice and shiny, and honestly from far away it does look like a gloss black finish, but when you get very close to it, it is a gray finish. So definitely looks very good. And seriously, this Camry doesn't even look like a base trim Camry. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you how the side view of this Camry looks like. Here is the side view of the Camry, and the Camry is still keeping its sedan look. It doesn't have the sloping roof design, and for that there is more headroom in the back of this Camry. Overall, I think the design of this Camry looks good. For the rims, I think they look amazing on this base trim Camry. I think Toyota did such a great job design for the rim design on this base trim. For the size, it's going to be 215 55 17. Again, they do look very good, and I love what they did. And the window sills are going to be finished in chrome, and overall design view looks good. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll show you how the back of this Camry looks like. Here is the back of this LE Camry, and the back of this Camry is very basic. Nothing really interesting here in the back. If you are looking for something nice or something more aggressive and sporty, you have to go with the nightshade package. Basically it blacks out the badges, letters, and it does add like a spoiler in the back. But this is a base trim, so of course it's not going to have anything interesting here in the back. Toyota badge is going to be in the center. Camry is going to be written right underneath it. LE badge is going to be all the way to the right. And for the taillights have a smoked look to them, like they're blacked out or tinted. I think they do look good, but everything right here in the back is going to be halogen for the taillights. Reflectors in the bottom, and the bottom portion of the bumper is going to be finished in flat black, and it does have an exhaust outlet here, but no exhaust tip. Here is a key of this Toyota Camry. It does have a physical key. That's how you actually turn on the car. It does not have push to start, and it does have 4 buttons on it: lock, unlock, trunk release, and a panic button. It does have a little bit of chrome on it. It is finished in flat black. Toyota badge is going to be in the back. To open the trunk, there are going to be 2 ways, one on the key, and there's going to be another way, which is a button inside of this Camry. The trunk opens all the way up. It is basically spring loaded, and inside there is going to be a ton of space. This is expected in this segment. It does have 2 handles right here. You could pull them to drop the seats down. It does have 40-60 split, and underneath they're going to be the spare tire. So let me go ahead and show you that. Here is the jack and the jack tool, and right underneath they're going to be the spare tire. Here is a front door panel, and honestly it doesn't have a crazy design to it. It does have this brushed aluminum right here in the center. I think it does look good. This is going to be that synthetic rubber material. Door handle is very light, and this is going to be plastic. The armrest is nice and soft. Plastic in the bottom feels like an empty cheap plastic. There's going to be a reflector in the bottom. an okay storage place. Here are the window switches, door locks, mirror controls, and the seats in this Camry are very, very comfortable, which is expected. This is a commuter car, so it does have to have very comfortable seats for long trips. It does have lumbar support, and good thing that those seats are powered for a base trim. But let's go ahead and move inside this Camry, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2021 Toyota Camry. Interior is nice and spacious, which is expected in this segment. This is going to be very nice and soft. I'm not exactly sure if that's wrapped in leather. It feels more like that synthetic rubber material, but I love the fact that it's nice and padded. I love the gray stitching. There's a good amount of gloss black in the center. Not a big fan of it. It does have a 7-inch tablet style screen. It is a little bit on the bulky side. Not a big fan of it. And here is a steering wheel. It does look very good. It is finished in that synthetic rubber material, and it's expected in a base trim. But overall, the ring itself is a little bit on the thinner side, which is completely fine. All the way to the left, there are going to be a few buttons: back button, phone control, voice command, volume controls. A few buttons right here to control that 4.2-inch screen. You could go up and down, left and right. Gauges look good, very easy to read, and I really love the fact that there's brushed aluminum around the gauges. I think that's a really nice touch. More brushed aluminum right here on the steering wheel. And all the way to the right, here are the Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 Plus on this Camry LE. So you'll have the adaptive cruise control, link keep assist. This button will turn on the whole system. You could set the cruise control and a seek button and a mode button. And all the way to the left, they're going to be the headlight controls. And to the right is going to be the wiper controls. And all the way to the left, there are going to be a few buttons: automatic high beam, traction control, trunk release button, and a button to open the fuel door. And they're going to be a storage place right here. A lot of companies are actually going away from this storage place right here. So basically, they're leaving it empty. I love the fact that in this Camry, there is this space or storage place for some coins. Here is the screen. It is a 7-inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It does have a volume knob and a tune knob, hard buttons on the sides, and it does have a backup camera, of course. Resolution is not too bad. It is nice and wide, and Toyota's system is not too bad, but not a big fan of the graphics. So the graphics are definitely outdated. Toyota should work on that. And as you can see, it does have a ton of gloss black, as I said, and it does collect a ton of dust. Not a big fan of that. It does have the fan speed, the temperature control on the right. Climate controls are super easy to use. Here are the modes: front, rear, AC, and overall, very easy to use. Coming right here, they're going to be a storage place. You could actually move this to the front, and you could store things inside. And it does have one USB and a 12 volt. And here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission in this Camry. And I did actually drive this Camry, and it honestly drives beautiful, very nice and responsive. It does have plus and minus. You could control the gears with this shifter if you want to, but does not have paddle shifters. Cup holders are nice and big. I love the brushed aluminum around the cup holders and around the shifter. And this is going to be finished in plastic, which is fine. The armrest is nice and soft. It is finished in that synthetic rubber material, and the armrest is actually massive. Inside there is a ton of space. There are going to be 2 USBs, one USB and one USB-Cs, both to charge, and this one I think is for Apple CarPlay if I'm not mistaken. But I just love the fact that there is a ton of space inside. The rear view mirror is nice and long, and I think it does look good. It does have some LED lights, which is beautiful for a Camry. And this one is a base trim, so I love the fact that for a base trim, it does have LED lights. And here is the SOS button. The visors are very nice and solid. It does have an extension right here. and does have a mirror, but there is no light. Here is the back door panel, and the back door panel has the same design as the front. This is going to be plastic, so definitely Toyota did cheap out here in the back. It does have that brushed aluminum. Door handle feels nice and solid. And by the way, I did actually forgot to mention, but all windows are automatic up and down. The armrest is nice and soft, a little bit on the harder side, but it is nice and padded. Plastic in the bottom, a tiny bit of storage place with a cup holder. Here is the speaker. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but it does have 6 speakers in this Camry. And back seats are actually very nice and spacious, which is expected in this segment. And headroom is very, very good. It's much better than the Honda Accord. And here is the armrest. It does have 2 cup holders, nice and big, very nice and soft. And there's going to be a cubby here in the back, but there is no USB or USB-Cs. And here is how the front of this Camry looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2021 Toyota Camry LE. I would like to thank Mauro and Colonial Toyota here in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Camry LE. If you guys are interested and if you guys are around, make sure to come check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.